Sorry for the TPK. Let's go.
Come on in, join the show, take a seat, grab a hoe, kick your feet up on the desk, man, cause we about to roll, play some D&D, baby.
We ain't nothing but mammals, and yes, we do it like they do on the Discovery Channel.
We got people wild shaping, barbarians raging, Goop trying to gobble cause goblins are fucking cannibals. This is Dungeons and Dragons with lots of drunken asses, so send your kids to their room, break out the secret stashes.
Hey, kids.
No discussion about what's fair and right, this is us living life by a paradise. So, step on down to our lair of mice, face stepping right through your screen into paradise. Yo! This is paradise. Nothing's off limits in our paradise.
It's a fucking D&D.
This is paradise. Nothing's off limits in our paradise.
Going as far as you can see.
This is paradise. Nothing's off limits in our paradise.
Fucking all the succubies.
This is paradise.
Heretic, I think you meant succubi.
I knew what the fuck I meant. Roll for initiative.
Last time on Pairodice. When we last left our heroes, they have just concluded a meeting with Hope, the ringleader of the six-figured gentleman. After this intense interrogation, the party agreed to work with Hope to take down Charity by making Adavei a double agent. Goop and Angel gave away one of their fingers as a sign of good faith. Now the party leaves with this potential ally. Now what could this mean for our party and their relationship with Charity? Find out this time on Pairodice.
So after walking through the town for quite some time, it's a pretty hefty walk. You approach the residential district, and you come to the front door of this new location from the streets of Pairodice. Is surrounded by cobble roads and residential buildings in every direction. This particular building stands out, however, as it has a glowing white, semi-transparent half globe atop its center structure. As you make your way through the unkempt grass and overgrown palm trees, you approach the tall steps that lead 10 feet up into its glowing and large double doorway. The structure seems to be made out of smooth metal and stone. It has a shiny yellowish glow and reflection about it. So as you enter the lobby of your newly found guild hall, you immediately notice the height of the structure. You look up to see a staircase circling the circumference. That's something to say. Circling the circumference of this room, leading up to the ceiling almost 60 feet. There's a large mosaic of a demonic beast painted with black, reds, and yellows on the ceiling. It's depicting him destroying an army of devils and shadows. Anybody that is proficient in religion, make a religion check. So Gustaf, you can faintly recognize this demonic beast as a god. You're not sure exactly which one, but it does faintly resemble some sort of god. You remember seeing it before when you first entered this place, but it just now dawned on you that it's some sort of demonic god, evil god depicted on these ceilings.
Okay, lit.
As you look around, there's a large doorway to your left and a large doorway to your right. As soon as you walk through the door, you're approached by, some of you would know her. She's a very familiar figure to some of you. She approaches. She says she's a female drow with a scar on her eye. Okay. And she's wearing a maid outfit at the moment. She has a purple and black corset, leather arm sleeves to her elbow, knee-high black leather boots with emblems of a purple spider at the kneecap. And she says, "Master, I see you have guests."
Master?
As she looks at Gustaf.
Yes, these are my friends.
Will they be staying for dinner?
They'll be staying for dinner for as long as they wish.
Okay, sweetie pie. She kind of winks, and she looks over her shoulder. She says, "We got guests." And you see this turtle come out from the left hallway as he walks kind of slowly into the room. And he says, "Oh, looks like I'm cooking dinner for a lot of people today. I hope you got time to wait."
Rom immediately runs over and tries to jump in his shell with him.
As you try to jump in his shell, you notice that his shell is filled with tons of herbs. and plants, and it's sticking out of every gab.
I'm going to
and he has
shove my face into it. Like,
cook
oh my
apron.
gosh!
And he kind of grabs you. Get off of my! We gotta eat that. We gotta eat that for dinner. Stay off of my herbs, Master Gustaf. Can you?
I'm gonna like skitter around them like a spider, but
leave him alone.
I'll
kick you out on your ass.
Oh, okay.
Does he have a spice rack on his back? That's cool.
Yeah. As he slowly starts to make his way back to the kitchen through the left corridor in this room, another figure enters. She's an old human female. She looks to have dyed her hair purple, but you can still see the gray at her roots. She's dressed very professional with pearl bracelets and a frilly collar on her shirt that clings tight to her loose skin neck. She seems to always have seeing lenses stuffed in her collar, and she'll pull them out to look at the group. In her left hand is a very well-polished but still jagged walking stick that helps her support her upper body in an overly hunched posture. My dearie, Master, can I see you for a moment?
Yes. Stuff goes up to her.
Well, I'm gonna have Ginger make some beds for your friends here. Is there anything else I need to prepare?
Nope, that will be all.
Would you like
for now?
Would you like me to give them the tour?
I suppose you can show them around.
Okay, thanks, dearie. Okay, guys, I'll show you around if you don't mind following an old lady.
We can do that. Let's do it. Man, Gustaf has really come up in this last month.
Gustaf, are you going to walk with them, or do you have other things that you would like to?
I would like to have a conversation with Gustaf in private, if that is okay.
Gustaf will say that that's fine, and he'll say, "Come with me." He'll go off to try and find Elro.
All right. As you head through the right halls, Mari, as she says, "Oh, my name is Mari. I'll show you around real quick. We'll just head over here." And she starts to head to the left corridor. As you guys follow, you see the halls on the left are decorated with a large black and white area rug spanning like nearly 50 feet on the floor. There's statues of Dugar spaced neatly beside each of the 5 doors on either hall. And if anybody that doesn't play D&D don't know what Dugar is, they're pretty much like dark, not gnomes. Yeah, gnomes. Yeah, they are gnomes. Yeah, duh. The doors beside these statues each seem to lead to small guest bedrooms. So there's 5 guest bedrooms on the side. As she continues on into the tavern, and she doesn't say much, walking through these halls, you approach a fresh construction of a tavern. Half of it seems to be existing structure, and you see this black furred tabaxi man wearing a cloak of the same color as his fur, working away, laying stone to fill the final wall from the expansion of this room into the building's center courtyard. So you can kind of see the courtyard from here. There's a wooden staircase that leads upstairs, and there seems to be a bar constructed and some drinks ready to serve. Dearies, would you like a few drinks before we continue on with our tour?
Yes, please.
Master Gustaf has funded this tavern to be built in here. Hopefully it'll be done soon. But until then, we can drink and enjoy the breeze. I'm sure it'll go away once the walls are built.
I would like a drink after the morning I had.
As she walks behind the bar, gingerly begins to prepare drinks. She pulls.
Might get a big one for me.
I'm afraid we only have one size right now, young man.
Oh, young. I am an adult. Thank you very little.
Well, compared to me, anyways. Anywho's, okay. Here's your drinks. I'll just sit right here. Let me know when you're ready. I'm just hanging out.
I'm gonna go sit in their lap.
Please leave the poor woman alone.
I'm not sure Master Gustaf would approve me.
Do you have a bottle? I want to hear your stories.
I'm not sure this is Master Gustaf might not be okay with this, and I'm not sure like this is.
You're free to slap him off of you.
Oh, well, I don't want to hurt his friends.
Okay. I just want to hear your stories. I was sitting like right next to her.
Well, back in my day, we used to have to walk 5 miles to get a bucket of water.
Oh my God!
Oh no!
It was.
Angela is downing her drink. She's very tired.
Would you like to hear any more? I've got plenty of stories.
Yes, tell me all of them.
And the hard cut over to Gustaf and Guy.
If I'm to be honest, y'all are the funniest bunch of people I've ever seen. Like strange creatures. Never seen such a weird group.
You've never seen a goblin before?
I've seen goblins, but I've never seen goblins consorting with drows and whatever these other people are. Was that a tiefling? Kind of tail, missing the tail.
Man.
She's very sensitive about that.
You know, it may be old age and not whatnot, but I hear the world's going to end soon.
Yeah. We're going to be the people to stop that.
Yeah. Hey, Goop, come here for a moment.
Yes.
Goop uses shape water to make my beer a little colder.
Yes.
As she walks closer.
I need you to be careful out there.
Why do you say that?
Well, a young lady like yourself shouldn't be doing these dangerous things. I mean, if you want to live to be an old age like me, you should just be careful. Maybe I should come with you and protect you.
I wouldn't recommend it. We get in a lot of trouble.
What's a girl like you doing getting in all this trouble?
You know what? I don't know. I feel like sometimes I just sort of walk into trouble. Not really meaning to.
Oh, very well then.
Are you a fighter?
Oh, I used to be in my day. Can't fight much anymore with this back problem I have. And she cracks her back a little bit.
Oh, that sounded like it felt good.
Oh, it felt so good. I think I need to lay down now. Can y'all see yourself around? My back's killing me.
I guess so, yeah.
All right.
You take yourself a break.
Yeah.
Goop sucks down her drink.
Guy and Gustaf.
Yep. Yeah.
As you guys head around the... Did I really post there is. As you guys head around the east corridor, you'll see the 5 same statues as them. It's kind of mirrored on the side. And you head around to the 5 rooms where the rest of your servants stay. And you walk into... give me a second. You said you wanted to go see the Elro?
Elro, yeah.
You go to a room. It seems like it's filled with bookshelves and a small bed, a large desk, and the desk is littered with spilled ink, a few quills, and an open book. As you see this halfling writing away, he turns to you. I concur. I haven't seen such a person with a missing arm like this in a decade. You're gonna have to tell me your story sometime, there, fella. As he looks at Guy.
If the world is still around, then perhaps. For now, we are short on time. What is it you needed from him, Gustaf?
Elro, how are the books coming along? How is business?
Yes, from what you've told me, I've written quite a lot. But maybe we can sit down again soon and work out some more details.
Fantastic. All right. Well,
research?
Money makes the world go round.
Very well.
And what I really need, Gustaf, if you can, in your adventures, find me a story that will sell me the best of books. I'll give you the highest percentage that one could offer.
A story to write?
Yes. I'd like it to be a true tale. I've written plenty of fiction and they just don't sell. It seems more people are interested in actual history, so just keep me informed.
I shall. And if we end up going on the hunt for these artifacts or going to this cave that I so vigorously had us researching, I mean mines, not the cave, my apologies.
Yes.
Then I'm sure it will make for the tale, but till that happens, keep everything in order, why don't you?
Master, I did hear there was a war going on between Asmodeus and Orcus. I don't know if this pertains to you, but I feel that it might have something to do with this portal that you mentioned.
Okay, good to know. Gustaf will write that down in his note.
It appears as if you have been very busy.
Gustaf looks at Guy and he says, well, when you come into a large sum of money, you invest it. And invest it in land, well, property, say. You find yourself becoming quite the busy business.
And it's a good thing, too, because Judas Dread kept stealing all my good stories from me. Master Gustaf here has been quite diligent in helping me write something worth a read.
Of course. It appears as if your accountant, he kind of raises an eyebrow, like, that's your accountant, right? Like, he's your accountant of sorts?
That's what I consider him, yeah.
It appears as if your accountant has a very keen sense of how to be where the action is, because the story that is about to be told will be epic.
I don't know if accountant is the right word. I feel like one would call me a chronicler.
Guy kind of cuts him off by waving his hand. Titles are meaningless. What you do is what you do.
Yeah, well, accountants deal with money. I have nothing to do with Gustaf's money and finances.
That is fine. Guy's gonna kind of turn to leave the room. Do you want to talk to him anymore?
Indubitably.
Gustaf just kind of like waves. We're gonna walk out into the hall.
I recently have come into some resources that I would like to make available to the rest of our party.
Okay.
Remember those 5-fingered or the 4-fingered organization,
Six.
The League of Six?
Yes.
Yes, well, apparently I have some sort of tie to them, and how do I explain this? I have certain assets that we can use to acquire and use information, but it is important that we also contribute so that we are not put in their debt. It is more of a business relationship.
So we give and we
precisely
set a sort of. Okay.
How did your interaction with the 6-fingered mistress go?
Well, I was trying to find information out about Geist mine, and in my attempt, I spoke to her, or at least I think that's what it was for. Anyways, spoke to her over dinner. I thought it was a date. She thought not. Oh well, it was a date. And
Guy kind of shrugs. What can you say?
And it kind of went, I suppose, well enough, as one could hope. She didn't cut my finger off as he waves all 5 fingers, or 10.
Did she attempt to? It appears as if she is trying to bind people to her with that, but I do not understand the significance of it.
He shakes his head and he's like, no, I believe our relationship is more of a business matter rather than a service matter.
Excellent. This is ideal. That was all. I wanted to see how your interaction with them went. I do not believe that she is operating against us, and I believe that she can be conditionally trusted. However, I do not think that she values what we value. She only values profit.
She values the downfall of charity. While if we wish to help charity so that charity can help us get home, then helping hope is probably not the way to go.
The current deal that I have with her is that once we find a way out of Pairodice, we will bring her with us. A simple deal. Simply done.
That makes sense. So simply just business as usual until we find a way out, or are allowed to leave by charity.
Yes.
Okay. Well then, she best not get in the way of us finding these artifacts. And speaking of the artifacts, to get with the rest of the party and work on tracking down some. I have a very valuable lead, which I briefly explained to you all before when we were reconvening.
We're saying this as we're walking back towards the rest of the party in the bar room or whatever, because I feel like the time frame should work out pretty right.
Yeah.
And so as they walk in, Gustaf is digging out the blueprint to the mine again, and he unrolls it, puts it on the table in front of everybody, and says, down here at the bottom of this mine, tapping at the bottom of the shaft, he says there's some portal. My chronicler says something about the war between Osmodeus and Orcus. I don't know the meaning of this yet, but
it's
from what I understand, yes, it is the portal to hell. But there's some sort of artifact, I'm sure. I know of many magical items down there.
Orcus was at that big war that I fought when I died. So it is possible that but the Bane of Ragnarok is there as well, because he was there when I died as well. Oh, I fought a war when I died.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. From the information I gathered, I believe the Bane of Ragnarok wishes to have this portal for some reason.
So turns out, You're mostly right. The portal leads into hell, most specifically the 9th layer of hell. We suspect that followers of the Ragnarok or some group might have beaten you to it. When it comes to the knowing of its existence, it actually is crucial that we get down there first and shut it down.
Who is we?
Those of us in this room here today.
Remember when you said we a minute ago? When you were talking about the portal and what we think?
I apologize. Whatever you want to do or your actions lack thereof. But if they do end up getting to this portal, then that basically means they're letting out all the horrors that comes from the 9th layer, and it will consume this island.
Sounds like we need to get there then.
Agreed. Who told you about this portal, Adavei?
Yeah, Adavei. Who told you about the portal?
From his robes, Adavei will pull out a copper wire. Charity did.
Oh, God damn it.
Have you been communicating with... Okay.
Have we just compromised the entire League of Six?
Gustaf puts his 2 hands down the table and says, well, since we're being honest here, when Charity rescued me from my torture, she also mentioned this what caused me to research it further.
So we're all working with Charity and with Hope. This is going to be interesting.
Yes.
At some point, we're going to have to pick a side. And so far, I'm leaning towards Hope more than Charity. I'm just going to put that on the table.
I refuse to pick a side.
A quick follow-up question. Adavei, did you just betray the entire Order of Six?
Listen, no, I didn't know.
Does Charity know about their location?
Charity was listening the whole time.
Okay,
Charity was listening the whole time. You heard as you see this kinku kind of appear in the tavern.
Oh shit. Oh god.
Okay. Okay. Oh,
hello, Sneezer.
My name is Sneezer. Yeah.
I love him.
Nice to meet you, Sneezer.
He's he's wearing like this he's kind of a smaller kinku, but he's wearing this like purple hood and like a purple dress sort of with a gold kind of belt and necklace that connect together with a little dagger at his side.
Goop looks over to Adavei. Is Charity listening right now?
I don't know.
Charity, listen right now.
I feel like we need to hurry up and go to this portal. At the very least, that would just be in our best interest to just take care of that right now.
Can we make something clear? I want to make
Charity,
something
bad
clear.
news.
Neither can you shut the fuck up?
Do you guys know this NPC?
I do. Gustaf kind of introduces Sneezer. He says, Sneezer is my fence.
Sneezer, my name.
Nice to meet you, Sneezer. I think you kind of walked in on a bad time. As much as we want to get to know you and become your best friend ever, we're in the middle of something.
Charity's listening right now.
Please don't repeat that.
That complicates so much, Adavei. It really does.
I didn't know. I really didn't know.
I fence. You find items. I sell. 25% profit.
Not right now, Sneezer. Please, I love you, but God.
What did you want to make clear, Angel?
We are on our own team. We may get help from others, but we have our own team. Our objective is very clear and simple. Get out to Pairodice and take down Ragnarok.
I can get behind that.
Out of Pairodice, Hope has the way.
What was that?
Sneezer kind of looks at you funny, like he didn't say anything at all. Like
he's a double agent.
Where'd you hear that? Achoo.
So when Sneezer said out of Pairodice, Hope has the way, the voice that he said that in, did it sound familiar?
The voice that you heard did not sound familiar, actually.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It was very raspy, very kind of evil and demented sounding, even though it still had it was still through his vocal cords, and it still like kind of sounded like a parroting things. It still had like that raspiness to it.
Okay, Goop takes a note of this.
Goop, why do you keep calling the leader of the Six by Hope?
She told me that that's what they call her. They call her Hope.
Who told her that?
Hope herself when that happened.
Thank you. I believe it is important that we warn Hope and inform her that Charity is aware of her position.
I go now. Nice meet, friends.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Goodbye.
I also should mention about the whole thing. The one person I think. Okay, so the whole portal to hell. There's one person I also suspect who might be a part of it, and definitely I think they are a arms dealer of sorts to Hope. Captain Zindros apparently is this. She herself is not a Cambion, right?
Adavei, you were saying all this stuff, and yet Charity is still listening in on us.
Was Zindros the name I was given the black market heretic?
Zindros was definitely a name that you came across.
Alright, Gustaf's ears perk up and he was like, alright, well, I wanted to go see that person in the first place.
But here's the thing. We can't do that. You cannot do that.
Why?
Her involvement has been very fickle. Let's just say that she holds a very, very important key to what happens here. She is a servant, well, not particularly servant, but she is a assistant follower, I guess, directly coordinated to this guy named Lutz and his associate Grazitz. I suspect that he also might be working with Slug.
Ragnarok's true name is Slug.
Gustaf, is there any way we can make this place impervious to outside ears?
The only reason why I feel comfortable saying this right now, Charity has told me this. Not Charity herself, but there is a orator that has been investigating this captain, and their attempts to get anything out of her has been not so great, but she's on to. I do feel like she's on to.
What order? You need to give us some, you have to be honest with us.
Because I agree with Angel in that we are all on our own team here. We're all working together. But you just put Goop's and Angel's lives in jeopardy with your lies. Angel has promised her life and lost both of her fingers as a promise on your behalf. It was reckless.
I don't know what you want me to do about it. That was not my intention, I admit. But that was not my move to make.
That's true. We did volunteer ourselves, even though.
I was trying to do it by myself because I didn't want Goop involved with this, but because I knew what was happening there.
I am not attempting to assign blame here. I am simply making an observation. If we are playing the games of gods, we must behave as if we are being manipulated.
Actually, so after Gustaf reads House Building Manual, he tells you guys that he actually can make one room warded so that no magic can be used in it.
I think it is time we christen a war room.
And that is something I can do. It takes a few weeks to be built. It takes roughly 3 weeks for it to be... 2 weeks for it to be built, and another week for it to be warded.
Yeah, so you can double the cost to speed it up.
I don't think I have that much money. Oh, I totally do.
I totally do.
Let's see.
I am simply saying that if we wish to oppose gods, then we must be united. For we are not gods, but we are mortals, and we value human life in a way that they cannot.
We value mortal life in a way that they do not.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I could not agree with you more here, guy. I'm mere mortal trying to get fucking by in this fucking mess.
I do not intend to get by. I intend to get even.
I feel like our top priority should still be to stop that portal from releasing all the demons of the ninth layer of hell, because that is a level of evil that none of us can really deal with. So, I mean, I do think maybe we should tell Hope that Charity knows where she is, but...
Does anybody have a spell that we can right now stop ourselves from being heard?
Nope. None of us are wizards.
I'm afraid that while Hope's efforts, I don't even know what she's doing here, just to uptow Charity, but it's not going to help. It only seems that Charity is the only person who knows what actually is going on. She's the only person who knows how to handle it in the sense that things won't fall apart.
That was never her choice to make. She simply imprisoned people here and never gave them an explanation. She does not get to control what we think or what we do.
Yeah, I do agree with you there. It is not right to capture people against their will. But what I'm saying is there's a lot more bigger pressing matters than trying to figure out how to get off an island that is probably the only safe place at the moment.
I agree with Adavei on that one.
There is no way to know that. Charity has lied to us from every corner, and every turn we've made has been a lie.
She was only doing it to focus on the bigger things. If a lot of us are snooping around, honestly, we really shouldn't be. Leave it to Charity.
I feel like the bigger problem isn't what she's doing, but why. Why is she capturing people? But I kind of want to deal with this whole demon thing. I'm just keep kind of bringing that up.
Suddenly, in the middle of this conversation, the door slings open with the biggest force, and you see Hope walking in, and she points at the group of you. You told Charity where I was at.
Oh, shit. Angel is going to the bar and she can pour herself another drink.
Would you do such a thing? I thought we had trust. It was Adavei, wasn't it?
The trust you built wasn't an enforced trust. Instead of having a conversation, you attempted to drug and coerce
That drug
them.
was important. It's part of our process. You must understand. It can't always work. And you hear some rustling going on outside. You hear a crowd of people heading towards your location. I'm afraid I don't have much time to talk, but this doesn't end here. As she waves her hand, disappears. You hear the rustling outside and you run to the door to see what was out there. And you see a group of guards carrying Hope away. As Charity approaches, Adavei, you've been helpful. You've caught her now. There's a bit more to do, but you're free to continue on with what it is that you need to do. I'll be seeing you later, as she walks away with the rest of her guards.
Well, that little partnership didn't last long. Adavei's been tapped the entire time. What a shame.